In this video, we're making this Venom Spider-Man mashup action figure using super simple ingredients, just wheat flour and salt. So, let's get into it. First, mix 1 cup of flour, half a cup of salt, and half a cup of water to make the dough, just like in the video. Next, we start shaping the base of the head. We'll make a round shape for the top of the head and a triangle shape for the lower part of the head and the body. We need to take a large piece of dough and shape it into a rectangle that narrows down at the bottom. Then we make the tongue. We'll take a small piece of dough, color it red, and give it a curved shape to bring out that wild look of the figure. And move on to the teeth, which are made using toothpicks. So we paint the tips of the toothpicks white and then snip off those white parts with scissors. You might be wondering, what kind of crazy method is this? But later in the video, you'll see that once we place these teeth inside the mouth, it gives a great result. Once the pieces of the head are dry, I'm going to paint them just like in the video and then glue them together. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, please like and subscribe. Alright, next, we're going to finish the shape of the head and neck right on top of the base we made, just like in the video. Just make sure to watch out for that small triangle part under the chin, because without it, the whole badass look is gone. Once the head is complete, we're moving on to the body muscles. On the main base we built, we'll first make the back muscles. The only key detail here is to try and give the muscles a bit of a curve, or a hunch, if you will. Then the chest and abs. For this part, you also need to make sure both chest muscles look identical, not with one being bigger or smaller than the other. Also, use a toothpick to give the abs some depth, like he's getting ready to compete in Mr. Olympia. Once the previous parts are dry, we'll move on to making the shoulders. I'm making them a bit exaggerated, of course, because I've built the earlier parts quite big too, so they need to match the rest of the body. Finally, we'll sculpt the upper legs and use a toothpick to add lines on the leg muscles. Of course, I messed up a little bit here while adding the lines on the legs, but please, just pretend you didn't see that. Then, while those parts are drying, we'll build the base stand for the figure, exactly like a square shape, neither too thin nor too thick. Now that the previous parts are dry, we're moving on to the calf muscles. Just make sure not to make it too skinny. And then the arms. The reason I'm saying not to make it too skinny is because it ends up looking really awkward and ruins the whole vibe of the character. I mean, otherwise, it'll look exactly like a stork. Next, we'll glue the head we made earlier onto the body and start sculpting the neck and traps before finally finishing up the shoulders to make it look natural. Of course, right now in the video, his neck looks so thick, like he's ready to start a fight. But later in the video, once we paint it, it'll look just right. Now, let's look at the base we built. It's fully dry and ready to work on. First, as you can see in the video, I'll paint the bottom of the base white. Then, the 2 edges for Venom will be painted black, and the other 2 for Spider-Man will be red. Of course, this is optional and up to you. Keep in mind that you can use markers, watercolors, or whatever you have on hand. Anyway, let's move on to creating some veins on the base to show they're spreading out from Venom. While those veins are drying, let's finish up the body together. First, I'll sculpt the forearms, then the triceps and the bicep curve. Look at his arms! It's like I stuffed watermelons in there. Followed by the feet and hands. As you can see in the video, I'm using scissors to shape the fingers. My only request is, please don't make his fingers all crooked like I did. Anyway, now I'm going to give his body a good sanding to make it smooth and polished, so I can draw the design on it easily. Just follow the video to draw the pattern on his body. It gets a bit tricky here because, man, he has so many muscles that the surface is all uneven. Overall, once you're done with the front design, draw the back exactly like the front. After that, move on to painting Spider-Man's eye. We'll color the inside white and outline it with a black line. For Venom's eye, we'll sketch it with a pencil first, just in case we make a mistake or it looks bad. That way, we can easily erase it and start over, just like we did with the body pattern. Alright, after finishing the fine details, just like in the video, we'll paint Spider-Man's side of the head red and Venom's side black. Then, we move on to Venom's body and color it black. You can use either a marker or watercolors. It doesn't really matter. For Spider-Man's side, we'll go with a mix of red and blue, as seen in the video. And don't pay any attention to the fact that I used a marker for one side and watercolors for the other. My marker just ran out, haha. Next, we'll attach the tongue, which we prepared earlier, and the teeth we made using glue. Finally, now that the base we built is dry, we'll bring it out and paint its veins. It got a little messy, but hey, it is what it is. In the very last step, we'll glue the figure to the base. Before we check out the final result, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Comment down below which character you want me to make next, and also rate this figure I built. Let's go see the final result.
3 hours later.